I sort of took an indirect path to journalism. I have never taken a journalism class, which is an interesting thing for someone who's been a journalist for over 30 years. I was an English literature major as an undergraduate and graduate student, and just have always been a big reader and a big writer since I was young. If you want to be a published author, if you want to be a paid journalist, if you want to be a teacher, you're going to have to start reading a lot more and writing a lot more. There's really, I mean, I could sum up everything I know about journalism in 30 years as a working journalist in about 10 minutes. And most of it is hard work, perseverance, being open, you know, really interested in the world and people and experiences, being a good listener, and then really working hard at your craft. Whether you're a photographer, a musician, athlete, you need to focus. I mean, they've done a lot of studies. Multitasking does not get your best work. I talked to my daughter about this. I find myself doing it. Oh, let me just quick send a text out. Let me just check that email. Let me just, you know, download something. Let me get on Pandora, whatever. You can't really be good at something if you don't focus on it. Quality and being focused and working hard will still get you where you want to be, even in a bleak, dismal job market. I mean, I see great writing, and I know it's great writing. And it doesn't just happen. I guarantee you they shut off all their other windows. You know, they weren't multitasking. And I guarantee you they revise and revise and revise. That's the other thing I see. Students at all levels think the first thing pops in their head is good. Well, it's not very good. The best writing happens on the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth draft. I've spent time with and interviewed some of the greatest writers in the English language, and they'll tell you that it's all about revision and rewriting. You'd be amazed. Everyone says, I have no time, I have no time. Well, how much time do you spend watching TV or on YouTube or on Facebook or whatever? So I don't really watch TV. So at night, I'm either reading or doing my work or whatever. My wife and daughter love to watch a lot of TV. I would rather use that time on other projects. I will watch golf and some sports, but I don't watch any series TV. And we watch a lot of movies and things on the weekends. And but you'll find a lot of time if you cut out things that are just kind of, you know, entertainment or trivial or something you can do without. You can find that block of time to do work and to achieve quality and to get to the place you want to get. The most rewarding part is meeting people, you know, from all walks of life, all over the world, from, you know, homeless people, people in the margins, people that society likes to kind of kick to the curb, you know, compared to celebrities and governors and even presidents. When Obama's come here and Clinton came here, you know, I've written about those people. So the variety, I think, that's what I really like about my job. I didn't specialize. We have reporters who just want to write about environment or write about health, but I write about general interest, you know, human interest in particular, and also getting to work on long-term projects. I did projects on, you know, mentally ill people on death row in New York, solitary confinement, and things like, I did a whole series on transgender people in this community, things on, I followed a homeless, you know, mentally ill, crack addicted person through Albany for about a year, and I've done a couple follow-up stories on him. So I think going in depth is really rewarding, and seeing a wide variety of the human condition. If you just sit in the back and never ask a question, never join the discussion, you're shortchanging yourself. You know, nobody's really going to care. Everyone's a little self-conscious. That's the thing you have to get over as a journalist. It's not easy for me to walk up to a family member after their son has been shot in the street or whatever, some horrible thing. But one, it's my job. Two, people often want to speak after a loved one has died, after a tragedy. They want to tell their story. That is the most basic human impulse, from cave drawings to, you know, the fast-paced social network, social media world. People want to tell their stories. That's why Twitter is so huge. That's why Facebook is so huge. Everyone who doesn't have a platform like a daily newspaper or a blog or whatever can get on that and they can join the conversation. They can tell their story. They can have their viewpoint, registered. And people want to do that by and large. Part of the problem, I think, today is everyone's writing off the top of the head. What do they think? What do they feel? But reporting is out there and pounding the pavement, talking to real people. I'm not that interesting. I'm not going to write about myself all the time, which a lot of journalists do now, which I don't think is journalism. I think journalism is reporting. I don't walk into Newtown and say, this is what I feel about guns. I go and talk to people, and I knock on the door. 4 people slammed at my face. The 5th person says, yeah, I want to talk to you, and this is what I want to say. Excellent. I keep going. Another 5 people say, get out of here, go away. And I try to keep going and find the person who will talk to me. But it's not just writing what I think. That's not interesting. That's narrow focus. I want to have the broad range as possible. I'll talk to as many people and do as much reporting as I can. Eventually you run up against your deadline. It could be an hour, 2 hours, one day. Sometimes it's weeks or months on a longer project. But reporting is a foundation. Reporting is talking to other people. It's asking them, interviewing them, finding a wide range of sources. It's research. I really think there is no such thing as a dull assignment or a dull story. It's just a dull writer. Anything can really be a story, but I think if it's open to you, I always choose something that I'm interested in, that I can put my heart and soul and passion into. I'll do assignments like we all get assignments, even after 30 years. Editors need a weather story, they need a holiday story, they need a Valentine's Day story, and we all have to do those. But when you're choosing your own, choose something that you're interested in, and that isn't going to be a chore, but it's something like you're learning, you're excited about. But anything can be a story. You just have to keep your eyes open, keep your heart open, keep your mind open. That's the other thing about, people always writing their opinion. I think they're too many closed-minded people. They go into a story thinking, I know what the story is. I'm the smartest person in the room. I always go in, I don't really know what the story. What is this story? What do you think this story is? And then I sort of find out as I go. The more people I talk to, the story becomes apparent, reveals itself. But I don't go in there, I'm not that smart. I'm pretty average. I do think I'll work hard and I can outwork everyone. I can focus. Remember that word, focus? I can focus. I sit at the hub of the newspaper. There's 3 scanners here. There's a TV here. There's 10 people. Have you guys taken the tour of the paper? I know so you will.
In 2 weeks, is it?
Maybe I'll see you there. But it's very noisy, a million distractions. But I can shut it out like that. Just look at my screen, type my words, do my story, revise, and try to find something of quality in whatever the assignment is. So it's not that hard, but I will tell you it is hard work. Nothing writes itself. Nothing is a breeze. Nothing is a slam dunk. But if you're not afraid of some hard work, it's a great thing to do. It can be really interesting. You can see the world and meet people you would never meet otherwise. And there's not a lot of jobs that can do that. So you guys are on the right path. You're ahead of me. I never took a journalism class, and I wish you all a lot of success.